Hi, my name is Walker, and I will be making a Greek-style dish today called mini lamb burgers, and they're kind of like sliders, but Greek, with a tzatziki side, which is kind of like a yogurt sauce, a yogurt cucumber sauce, and two salads, a Greek salad and a chopped salad, and it will all be wonderfully wrapped up in pita bread, and it will be delicious. So enjoy. So first we will be making the tzatziki because it really marinates if you let it sit a while. So we will be using one cucumber, one lemon or limon, one package of yogurt, garlic, and salt and pepper. You feeling? Okay, and then you cut the cucumber in half, like that. Take the two sides and you scoop out the seeds, if you can. There are a lot of seeds in a cucumber, so you gotta get them all out. Take your cucumber and you put it in half again, do it to both of the sides. And then you put them both like this, and you have to make them really, really small cuts because they are part. You're barely supposed to taste them in the yogurt. So we're going to take about a half of this thing of yogurt, put it in the bowl. And then the cucumbers that we just cut. This is about a half a clove of garlic, because garlic is very, very strong. And then 2 tablespoons, of lemon juice. And then we stir it up. I got a little extra yogurt on here. And then once you mix it up, you can add just a little pinch of salt and a pinch of pepper. And stir it up just a little bit more. And then once you've stirred it up, you can take it to the fridge until your dinner is ready. And next we will prepare the chopped salad. We have tomatoes, parsley, a green pepper, onions, olive oil, rice vinegar, salt, and pepper once again. Now we're going to start by preparing the onion, and you first cut the side opposite the root, and then you cut down the middle, get it through. You gotta peel it first. And once you've peeled your onion, you can take 4 thin slices. Careful not to cut your fingers. And then take, one already broke already, but take 1 cut, and then just break them up into the little things. And then prepare your tomato. Cut off the side with the root on it, and then cut it in half the long way, and then cut it in half again, and then make nice little cubes. And then we're going to prepare our green bell pepper, and we're going to use 2 of these, 2 sides. And you lay them face up and kind of make strips, similar to the tomato. There we go. And then you want to dice them into basically however thick you want to make them to eat them. So after you have chopped your parsley and added it with everything else, you're going to add a little bit of oregano, I like to put a little bit in my hand and then crunch it up. It really adds, it really releases the flavor in the oregano leaves. Then you're gonna put in a little bit of rice vinegar, and this is really just mostly preference, so not too much, but not too little. And some olive oil. For this, there you go. Never have too much olive oil. Ooh. A dash of salt and a little shake of pepper. And then you're gonna stir it up, and this will become delicious next to your lamb burgers. And next we'll be making the Greek salad, consisting of romaine lettuce, feta cheese, an assortment of olives, red wine vinegar, olive oil, oregano, and the infamous salt and pepper. So now we're gonna wash our lettuce, and first thing you want to do is rinse it, which I've already done, and then you want to go through and look for any bad leaves. And here we got one right here. What I want to do is cut off the stem, and then go through and rinse it. Rinse each leaf and put them in your colander. And so what we're going to do now is prepare the tomato and wait until we're just about ready to eat to actually get it all mixed together and served. So you want to take, cut your tomato in half, and then we're going to do bigger slices with these than before. And then you add the feta cheese and your olives, and that's it. Alright, so now we're outside. We're going to make the lamb burgers, the most important part of this meal. And you're going to want to add all your condiments into the meat before you start mixing it. So we have a 1/4 cup of parsley. I'm going to get that around. You have a half red onion. Mix it all in there. We have about half a clove of garlic. As I said, garlic is very potent. And we have a 1 teaspoon of oregano. I'm not gonna crush it up this time. It'll get cooked and the flavor will release. And my next door neighbors are very loud. And we have a pinch of the salt and a pinch of pepper. And so now is when you gotta get down and dirty, because if you don't mix them by hand, it's just worthless. So you gotta break up the meat and get a little bit of everything in there. So now you're making your actual lamb burgers, and you want to make them about a 1/2 inch thick and about this size, so that so they got a little bit of onion, a little bit of parsley, a little bit of garlic in them. And they all look very good, because they will shrink up and get a little fatter in the grill. So once you put them in there, expect them to change shape just a little bit. So one of the most important things to do after handling raw meat is to go and wash your hands very thoroughly, which I've done. And so now, since we've done that, let's go put these on the grill. So now we're going to put the lamb burgers on the grill using spatula. You want to space them pretty good apart, enough so they don't touch, obviously. Alright, and we're gonna wait for these to finish up in about 5 minutes, and we'll come back. So now we're going to turn them over. They've been cooking for just a little bit. So let's see how they're doing. We got a breaker. Not be done yet. Yeah, looking a nice brownish hue. Alright, and we have added some corn to this meal for the overall effect, and that will be delicious as a combo of it. So I'm going to let this cook for a little bit more, and then we'll be done. Alright, and so the last thing you want to do, we have everything out, is just take a little bit of oregano, crush it in your fingers like I did before, over the salad. That'll give it just a little extra kick of delicious. And then you are done. You have everything perfectly ready and it's delicious. And in fact, you know what? I think I'm going to indulge myself in a bite of food. Nobody knows. Oh. Sorry, my neighbors are very, very loud. Alright, let's put it together. Take a bite. That is really good. Really good. So goodbye. And these olives were made by my stepdad over here in our own olive tree, which I'm sure you will see later. And goodbye, everybody. Give me an A, Miss Moran. Okay, bye.